Greetings. I'm listening.
Great to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there.
And you are?
Light be with you.
You come to consult the spirits?
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Shiny. Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Sail here, me buy and trade. What?
Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love World of Warcraft and love making many alts. Today is Monday, May 13th, 2019, and this is episode 614 entitled Que Será, Será, Whatever Will Be, Will Be. I'm Aprillian, your host, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts. How are you, Constrax?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm back from Never Never Land across the Never Never River, and I'm the chicken that crossed the road.
And now you're on the other side.
Exactly. I'm looking back and waving.
Yes. And Grand Negus, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm just stealthing, prowling through Strangathorn, northern Strangathorn. So yeah, I'm okay.
It's interesting because I've been prowling through Stormwind, but we'll get to that in my segment.
You've played a rogue?
No, I finally did Battle for Azeroth.
Oh, okay.
Played the scenario.
Yeah.
Rescue.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and interesting. And there were a lot of bad words.
And you met the princess, right?
Yes. And we've named this Que Será, Será because we've lost another great one, Doris Day. She was a big part of my growing up. What was it? Bringing Up Daisy. She was in a TV series, and of course, she was in all the movies. The Man Who Knew Too Much was one of my favorites. I remember that because it was so colorful and so scary, you know. And well, I don't want to spoil it if anybody's going to watch it, but for the first time.
I would say by now.
Yeah, everybody's seen it. But, you know, it involved...
It's been out a week or two, so yeah.
Right, you know, and she's looking for her kid, and her and Jimmy Stewart are so awesome together, and it was just such a really... It was one of those movies where, you know, where the principals wanted to do something, and, you know, they took the risk, and it was very interesting. And she got to sing Que Será, Será a lot. And that's been my theme song. You know, when I'm at work and things get rough, I've actually sang that song. So I want to do a shout out to Doris Day for giving me, as it were, a theme song. I don't know if you guys remember Ally McBeal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, when she was with her therapist said that you need a song that you need to sing that will, you know, it's just something to center you. And Que Será, Será was one of those songs. So shout out to Doris Day.
Just so we're on the same page, Ally McBeal was with Callista Flockhart.
Yes.
Callista's wife.
Whose wife?
Callista Flockhart. She's married to Michael Douglas.
Is she? I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting.
Just making sure we're talking about the same Ally McBeal.
Yeah, Callista Flockhart. You know, the lawyer firm in Boston with the unisex bathroom. It was
And then they walk into the boardroom and then
yeah, and it was very very interesting. All right. So this isn't Ctrl Alt TV, but we did want to do that little mention. What's going on this week? We just got over Children's Week. Is Children's Week done yet? Yeah, we did.
Dark Moon Fair.
Dark Moon Fair is gone.
What's it, Blaze of Glory again?
We had the Spring Balloon Festival, which I totally missed. But
Yes.
again, along with everybody
It went
else.
all the way to
Yeah, it did
Legion.
last. Yeah.
I don't remember if there was zones in Battle for Azeroth for it yet.
Oh,
No, so you can't fly over Battle for Azeroth with the Balloon Festival yet.
Not yet. Yeah. And what else? What's coming up? What do we have coming up? Anything?
wait a second. Big G says something here in chat because we have Big G here.
Oh, hi, Big G.
We have Lost Cause here, and G says that you confuse the wife of Michael Douglas.
Yeah, I think Michael Douglas is married to that other chick with the three names.
He's now married to Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones. But Calissa...
Who was married to somebody else before that.
Right, but Calissa Flockhart was in Ally McBeal. Really skinny chick with the big head.
Which I don't know, so anyway.
Oh, it was kind of interesting because in the first season there was a lot of animation stuff going on, and they kind of lost that whole part towards the second.
Yeah, I'm not that much into that type of sitcoms. I've never been into that type of TV. So yeah, but to each their own, obviously.
Oh, neat! I just got a pet, Benex, from killing a frog that was in silver, a rare frog.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rats.
Yeah. So this week, what do we have going on?
This week we have the Battle for Azeroth dungeon event, where at the end boss again you get a extra item to drop, and we have the PvP brawl Warsong Scramble. Those are the things that are ongoing in this upcoming week. And then I just want to mention quickly that next week we are going to have the Pet Battle bonus week,
Right.
including the Super Squirt Day, which I'm not sure as of what day it is, but we'll get to that. I'll be
Looking that up.
looking it up and mentioning that or reporting on it next week. So if you want to level
Pets.
some pets really fast, or if you want to go and get a couple of pets that you still need and then want to level them up, this is the week to prepare. So you can level up some more or some specific pets that you need faster for next week's Pet Battle bonus week, including Super Squirt Day.
Okie dokie. All right. Anything else we need to mention? I guess that's about it.
That's about it, yeah. Week after next, or we don't want to go that far, we have Glow Cap Festival.
Right.
But yeah, there are not that many special things going on.
And when are the BlizzCon tickets going on sale?
Oh, they're come and gone.
Oh, they come and gone. Did you get your? Oh, well, wait a minute. I don't want to give away your content.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
All
in my
right.
second.
Let's get started.
Let's.
I've had a fantastic weekend. Wow. It's very comforting. Those battlegrounds where you're not necessarily putting out more damage, but you feel like you're contributing more by pushing all the buttons all at once. Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Kind Strax, how has your previous time in WoW been?
I've been very, very distracted between my 3 accounts. I keep getting this bug on auto repeat every time I log into my second account. I get a package delivery of the Horde's Might Firework, the Lion's Pride Firework, the Orgrimmar Hero War Banner, the Stormwind Champions War Banner, and the Transmorpher Beacon. Every time a second account logs in, those things get wrapped up and re-delivered to me, and I've submitted a bug report. I've opened them like over 70 times on my main. I just open them, and then as soon as my second account logs in, you've gotten a gift.
That's
rough.
interesting.
It's just like a little bug, because it's like I have multiple instances of the program running.
Right.
So I can understand if you have them on one account and your other account has not been unpackaged, they repeat delivery. But what happens is if I reboot the computer and I restart both accounts on the same character on both different servers, they still get repackaged to me. So I'm like, all right, this is not a local issue. This is actually a coding issue where I gifted myself something from, like I bought it on my second account and my main account just cannot resolve the discovery thing. So I submitted a bug, because that's what you do. You don't go and vent to all your friends that something, the game's broken or what. It's
Right. You let Blizzard know something's up.
Yeah, I've got 300 toys. You're bound to eventually hit a bump, and I used a Transmorpher Beacon, and I ended up as Lee, I think, on the fight in Pandaria, where you fight the people from the Golden Pagoda. Rook, Low, and He.
Yeah.
Rook, Low, and He. I don't remember the exact name. Anyway, I was the female Pandaren caster, and I'm like, that looks really cool. And I stood in one spot, and people gathered around me, just like look at the panda in black and white. And I was like, I just sat there for 20 minutes, because that's how long a beacon lasts. And people just sat and looked at me. They thought it was kind of strange that I'd be in black and white. It's trying to figure out what causes that. But, it is from the gifts that we got after Christmas. Some of the items for the World Championship PvPs, and encouraging, the war banners and whatnot. And so, I hope that gets fixed. But if it doesn't, then it's not the end of the world. I can still play.
Right.
And I leveled my Paladin on Earthen Ring quite a bit. And my mage on my second account is maxed, but I would like to have a couple of Hordes on my main account maxed as well, in case I need to participate in something. I would like to get my Hive Mind mount at some point. I've got it, all the pieces on the Alliance side, but I figure if I have all the pieces on Horde side as well, then I'm able to assist and watch how the process happens, so I can repeat the process with other people who want to get their Hive Mind mount. Occasionally you see one flying by. It's quite cool, because that they can carry allies. I'm really hoping that the Pathfinder Part 2 comes soon, because sometimes I land somewhere, I gotta walk up the hill, then I gotta swim my way down the other hill, then I gotta punch my way through the mobs just to get to my quest. And then when I get to my quest, I have to fight all the way back to the flight point to get on to the next flight, because before max level, their whistle doesn't work. I want my whistle. At least a whistle, you get to the flight path right away. And, you have that toy that enables you to discover all the flight paths. If you have at least one person in it, exalted with the 7th Legion or honor bound, that is a basic step of being able to travel to where you want to go. So I'm really looking forward to being able to carry allies and help out other people, and just because playing in my sandbox with my 3 accounts is not the same as playing with just one other person where you can talk and chit chat. Like I have a buddy who keeps coming on every couple of days, and I don't know what to say to him because I only have a couple max level alliance characters, and I know he's got like every tank maxed out already, and I'm like, I don't know what to say to the guy. I was like, can you come back and whack stuff for me? It doesn't sound very entertaining, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I have a few fires to put out. Give me my water cannon and just mow everything down, the crowd control, and because that's what I did with some of my my accounts. Is I would go back with like a lower level character, and I would bring one of my big guys, my 3 main characters, and just whack stuff. Like I tried to do the quest where you rest the like I did it yesterday. The with the level 106 to get Light's heart from the water giant in the water cave. I just can't do it with the mage. I die and I die and I die and I die. Like I did this 6 times. I just can't kill anything. So I invited my rogue from another realm to just come and one-shot it. Like, poof, you're dead. It's like, and you get the credit like right away. It used to be phased. Thank God Blizzard has it unphased now. Anybody can whack it for you. Like even somebody from the other faction.
Oh,
they just show
nice.
up,
really?
tap it. So like, thank you, Blizzard. I think I was kind of desperate to get that quest out of the way because then you can't do the mage quest to get your flying disc, right? So, and I kind of want to get them out at some point. And it's super nice to be able to have like, if you can't get one of your buddies on or you're not available the right time of day for them. I've also picked up that whatchamacallit, Mech Warrior 5 is going to be out in September. And I've played every single Mech Warrior except Mech Warrior 1. So I'm itching to have like a spare game to play when I'm not playing WoW.
Yeah, sure.
And it's not like a big deal, but for me, growing up as the missile boat and just watching somebody run across the field and everything goes flying everywhere. That's why I'm such a good driver is because I've had the practice at driving in reverse and shooting at your opponent. Like they have in Star Wars where they have a tail gunner and they have somebody gunning up top. That's not fiction. That really was part of fighting in every era of the evolution of war. Like the gladiators, they had their wingman on the chariot, so they had somebody to fight off, the attackers and whatnot. And it's like I just love being able to drive a vehicle and have a tail gunner.
Right, right.
Whether it be a Warthog in Halo or anything like that, it's just cool to have your buddy on your side firing for you. I just wish we had a vehicle where your wingman can attack. The hive mind, you can carry allies, but I don't think they can attack. The Violet Sands, they can't attack. If you're riding a druid, you can herb at the same time as a druid herbs without dismounting. That is neat.
That is neat.
That means that your caribou or whatever you want to call it, your antelope stops on one spot. It herbs without changing form, and then your rider can also pick the herb without dismounting.
Wow!
So that is not something that fits in every game. And like Grand Nagus was talking about the one time where he was just trying to get the herbs, and there was a orca swimming ahead of him, waiting for him to pick the herbs so they could both get the herbs. That's really, really cool. Like that we could pick we don't have to compete as much anymore. I did try to go to Uldum and pick up some ores, and there was nothing to pick. So to me, that says that there's 5 guys flying together, scraping everything off the ground. I'm like, it's insane. Like, it blows my mind. But maybe they're doing it at the same time the trying to get the white camel, because I was thinking about starting that, on multiple servers where you pick the camel figurines on the ground, and they're very, very tiny. You have to know exactly where they are.
Yep.
When you pick them, if it's the right one, you get transported to the camel hoarder, and if you defeat him, you have for I think 5 or 15-minute window, the ability to kill the white camel, and that'll give you the is it one
mount
or two? You get the mount, but not only that is if there's more people in your party, you can hand them over a mount if they're in the same party because it's lootable across multiple characters. I really want to get that started at some point. It's like since I have 3 accounts, it's perfect time to do it, right?
Right.
Because once I go back down to 2 accounts, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. And once I go back down to 1 account, well, I'm going to be itching to get back to 3 accounts. So, I'm starting to feel your pain, Aprilia. It's like, which one do I need right now? What do I want to level?
Right, exactly. Which one is more important?
Yeah, like my 6-month one just renewed yesterday. So that's the one I'm playing right now. It's like, I want to level those guys because I got stuff that I can't do across all the things. I got max level in skinning. Accidentally, like I wasn't planning or doing anything particular. I was just body here, body there, boom, max level skinning. Done. And I have so much to do every day. And like every day is like so little time because my meds just basically knock me out. I sleep a lot nowadays. Like I sleep like 10, 12 hours a day, and like
what a coincidence! My tequila does the same thing.
And then I'm out. It's like, are you going to the bathroom or are you going to lay down? I'm not sure. I'm out. Anyway, so that's a lot of fun. And
rare.
Oh yeah, I like you, Big G. I'm not playing as much as I used to. I'm just trying to cash in on a few auctions and leveling. Whatever I feel like that day.
And that's the beauty of World of Warcraft is it's not just one game. It's a whole bunch of different things. You could just be a casual player and go in and farm and do what you want to do and stuff. Or you could be a serious player, or you could be like me and kind of in between. So
I went to do Elegon and 25 Heroic. I 2-manned it.
No way.
I brought in my mage and I popped Heroism, and Heligon went down before the pylons came up. Boom! One shot.
Or you can solo that and get him down to nothing. I did that on I can't remember what tune I did it on, but it was like
it's so much fun. You used to need like 2 super geared players, and now it's like if you know your rotation and you're just in there having fun. The cool thing is having a mage and a rogue. You can split the leather and the cloth gear between which one doesn't have the appearance. Because you can trade the items if you both have aggro. So that's what I do. And that's pretty much been my week.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, excellent. Oh. How you doing? I get excited. I get giddy and love making mini alts. My dog is trying to poop for the Horde and for the Alliance. It was funny in my head.
Aprillian, how was your week in WoW?
My week has been surprisingly a lot of fun. I've been doing so many different things. My biggest thing lately has been trying to get up my Nightfall in rep so I can get the Allied race, the other race. What am I doing this for?
The Nightborn are actually Horde, I think.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Nightborn. I mean, yeah. So that's been a lot of work. I am currently, though, and I'm very proud of this, at 6,874 out of 12,000 in Honored. So after that is Exalted, right?
No, after that is Revered.
And then I got to go to Honored. Okay. Well, I'm getting there. Keeping up with I think I mentioned last week that I made that mistake that I didn't realize there were 2 people downstairs. So I was only feeding one person downstairs. Now I'm feeding everybody and doing all the extra quests, making my slippers. And so I was going back to Darkmoon Fair to get the Wii buff, which is, like 8 more than the 75, so get 83. Every little bit helps. And and I used my cloak. Let me make sure I'm not wearing my cloak. As a matter of fact, I was using my cloak of the cloak that lets you go straight to Orgrimmar.
Yeah. The 2-hour cooldown one.
Yeah. Cloak of coordination, and that brings you to the outside fence of Orgrimmar. So I've been noticing this little circle on the ground every time I showed up there, and I said, "Ooh, let me go see what that circle is." You know what the circle is? It's the battle for Azeroth. So I went and did the battle for Azeroth. I was I was excited and disappointed at the same time because one of the things was that I had the Wii buff, so I thought, "Oh, I'm going to get a lot of XP."
Oh no.
No, it didn't last long enough. Though I had 20 minutes, and it turned out that it lasted a long time. But I don't want to spoil anybody on this. But I did the whole going through Stormwind. It was actually lots and lots of fun. Listening to the whole. Jaina has a mouth on her, doesn't she? And so I completed the first part of that. I think I need to go back and do some more back in Orgrimmar. But that was exciting to finally, start playing Battle of Azeroth stuff. In the meantime, Aprillian did ding 113. She's
Congrats.
Yeah,
cool.
She's 38% into 114. So I may have a max level tune soon. And one of the other things that happened was where was I that I picked up this quest? Was I in the embassy? No. I was getting ready to go to Tanaris with April just to do some more fossil hunting, as it were. And she ran through a part of those stairs to go through the time thingy in Dalinar, and there was a exclamation point. So she's now doing Nightfall and Quest, and it turned out that if I group them together, April and Aprillian can see each other. In Suramar, even though Aprillian is a little bit ahead of her, I am now able to dual box, and it's really neat because I miss dual boxing, before.
Yeah, as soon as you unlock the initial stuff in the hub, you can see each other regardless of.
No, only when we're grouped. When we're not grouped, we can't see each other. I tried that. We weren't grouped, and I couldn't see her. And then I invited her to a group, and bam! Oh, hi! There you are. Yeah. So that was interesting that it has that mechanic. So it doesn't punish people for being slightly not on the same page in the storyline. So that was kind of nice. I did a lot of Darkmoon Fair, which was fun. As usual, Darkmoon Fair is always fun. And I made some bags. I had put some on the auction house last week, and a couple of them got returned, but I put them back up. I guess it's just an ebb and flow thing of how the hex weave bags will sell. And I took out some other characters. I logged into Tia because I know if I don't, some people steal the gil. That account had actually had expired, so I put it back together so that I can still have control over the guild from people who will not be named. And I actually do have somebody on Wormmaster Cord to take over. Oh no, is it Wormmaster Cord or is it... Which guild did you take over, Constraints? Oh, he left? Okay.
I think he took
over Neverhoof. Yeah. So anyways, I'm ready to take that back whenever anybody's ready. And I guess that's been about my week. I've been leveling, playing. Oh, and I'm going to take... and I've also been doing the cooking quest in Ogrimmar. I don't know why I still do that, but I find it very satisfying. And I'm also going to...
you get the medals, the cooking rewards for it. So
right, and the XP is pretty good, especially if you...
Yeah, as long as you don't have all the Cataclysm and Northrend recipes, which cost between 2 or 3 and 5 per recipe. You need quite a few of the cooking rewards.
Oh, okay.
So that's...
I'm getting them for a reason. And and right now I'm catching up with I'm feeling a little bit guilty because I had gone 2 separate ways with April and Aprilia. And April was doing the high mountain quests, but I realized that she's not going to really get going with that without flying, because there's too many places in the high mountain where you just need to fly. It's very tricky for that. But now I'm in heaven because I'm dual boxing in Suramar. And the best part is there was so many times when I would wander past a node for mining and I couldn't get it. But now I can do both because I have a miner and an herbalist.
Nice.
And like we were talking about, you can play whatever way you want to play, even if you're just going in. It's so funny because I had for a while logged into Sims 4, and I realized that one of the things I liked about WoW was having my pseudo family. You know what I mean? And doing actual questing and stuff. So I'm enjoying having April and Aprillian together rather than just running around making babies in Sims. and that's been my week. I did do some pet battles, and I'm really looking forward to pet battling next week. And I did take one orphan out, but they're awfully whiny. We just did the first level of the quest, but that was still, with the Wii buff, that was still a nice bit of XP. So I'm just doing quests, anything that will give me 26,000 points. I'm all for it. April is currently 1/2 way into 113, so eventually I'm gonna have a max level character. And that's been my week.
Cool.
I'm starting to do a little bit more archaeology with all my characters.
Oh.
I think. Maybe I could have them all max archaeology.
Yeah. I did do some archaeology too, and that was kind of fun too. It's great XP if you can. Figure out exactly where. Sometimes if it's a nice small area, which I really love, because then I'll plant the banner right in the middle, and then I'm getting even more XP. All right, that's been my week.
I find it very, very easy to be true. Am allerschönsten war es doch zu Haus, und doch sucht mich einst in die Welt hinaus. Und in der Ferne suchte ich mein Glück, wer kennt den Weg zurück.
And now it's time for Add-on Spotlight and a whole bunch of other things with Grand Negus. Hey, Grand Negus, what have you have for us for this week?
Let's start with the add-on. We have an add-on that I came across when I was doing some world boss farming in Pandaria the other day. And all of a sudden, I saw this message in chat saying, I can't remember what world boss it was. It said spawning in whatever minutes it was.
Right.
Oh, nice.
And I thought, what's that? Is that like someone sitting there with a timer? And then it went down, and when it came like 1 minute warning, 30-second warning, 15 seconds, I thought that must be an add-on.
Right, yeah.
And I thought, And then I saw, like you can see in the show notes, it says World Boss Timers. And I thought, that's probably the name of the add-on. And I looked it up in the Twitch, and it certainly was. It's called World Boss Timers. So this add-on creates timers for world bosses that drop rare mounts. It provides exact spawn timers when possible. Otherwise, approximate timers with min-max times. Features: you have persistent cooldown timers, shareable timers, timer announcing, alert on aggro and on or before spawn, sound alerts, flash game icon. Timers, there are two ways to create timers. Witness a kill, which then initiates the timer for the next spawn. And then if you enable request mode and just go close to someone with a timer, and you will get it automatically.
Oh, neat.
So if someone has the same add-on as you...
And then it's almost like it widens the broadcast area.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Clears up the info, yeah.
Right, yeah.
All timers are account-wide.
Neat.
So whenever you kill a boss on one character, and then you want to try it on another and another and another, you just switch to the other characters multiple, and the timer will persist. You will not need to get a new timer setting. It will share the timer for the respective boss that one character has the timer on all your other characters.
Neat.
Which is really, really cool. However, to reduce the risk of sharing incorrect data, the sharing is sometimes disabled.
Okay.
So there are, if it's like an approximate, or if there are circumstances that delay the timers due to not killing them instantaneously or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So I put in two screenshots. The world boss timer message, and then there is a window that will show you a list of timers you have running. So if you killed 2 or 3 or 4 world bosses, you will have a window that will show you the respective timers of that you have requested or that you have acquired, so to speak. So if you go through, say, Pandaria, you'll have 6 timers. You'll have the Shah, you have Odasta, You have Galleon, that's 3. Then you have the 4 Warbringers, that's 7, and then you have the one not Roshan. What's the Nalak? The one on the Isle.
Yeah.
So that's 8, I would say roughly 8 or 9 timers, and then you have the.
I still don't have Undasta. I've gone many times, but
yeah.
No, yeah.
And then you have the 2 on or 1 on the timeless Isle. Can't remember his name at the moment. So there's like 8 or 9 timers for Pandaria alone, which isn't half bad, and you can like keep track of them and fly back and forth between them. So I really like that. That's World Boss Timers. As always, the link is in the show notes in the add-on Spotlight section. I will also put it into our Discord, so you can see it there in the add-on Spotlight section. Or as for my week, on the 4th and on the 8th of this week, we had the sales for the BlizzCon tickets.
Okay.
And thanks to Jules, formerly of Torrent Think Tank, I got my ticket. Thank you again, Jules.
Thank you, Jules. Awesome.
So I booked my trip just after I announced they announced
right, because you were going to go whether you got your ticket or not, because it isn't really. I mean, BlizzCon is the icing on the cake, but it's the people and this. And I could say that to anybody. If you're in that area and you don't even have a ticket, still go.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Yesterday or the day before,
I met my boyfriend at the back room door.
We had the people from Calm Before the Storm started their Kickstarter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Calm Before the Storm, for people that don't know, is the party before the con starts.
Yeah.
On Thursday night. So usually it overlaps with the Wowhead party.
Right.
And this year, for whatever reason, apparently there isn't going to be a Wowhead party.
Oh, no.
So, not because they don't want to, but because the Calm Before the Storm is now powered by Wowhead.
Oh.
So they joined forces, so to speak.
Oh, nice.
And we have
which will make it that much better. You know?
Which will make it that much better, definitely, because there are more things going on.
More resources.
More stuff. And we, when they started the funding, it took about 18 or 19 hours for the 19,000 that were required for the initial funding to come in.
Oh, wow. Good job, WoW community.
So it wasn't even 24 hours before the whole thing was initially funded.
See what happens when nerds get together?
Yeah. So we are like, it's so awesome that we can have the party. They already started with the first stretch goal. I'm not sure as to how far they are at the moment. I'm trying to see it at the moment. Let's see what we have. It's basically a thing where they have two parties in one now, obviously, and it's been it's being extended in size for quite a bit. It's been made a bit larger apparently. I've just looked at it quite briefly, but it's a really great thing if you want to meet people from the community. I would highly suggest that you make your way to the Hilton on Hallows Eve, on Halloween, October 31st, the day before BlizzCon, to go there and visit Con Before the Storm.
Literally the calm before the storm.
Yes. It's so cool. It's so awesome. I can't talk positively enough about it. So that's one thing that I wanted to mention, is that that even though it's funded now, you can still
donate,
participate. You can still donate. You can still pledge using Kickstarter to help make the party bigger, better, more awesome.
Yep.
Not that it's not awesome already, but it's just.
You always feel better when you contribute to, when you know you're.
Not only that, but it's something that you can be part of if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's free. Initially, it's there's not you don't need to pay anything.
Right.
You can go there and spend the hours that it lasts there for free. But yeah, and I'm just noticed that the first stretch goal has already been reached. So that's insane. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. Okay. My experience with BlizzCon, I'm going to be there from Monday through the following week on Wednesday, because I get this package deal for a certain amount of nights, and if I take less nights from the travels agency, I have to pay more for less nights. So that's stupid. So I'll take what I can get, and so that's okay. As for my in-game content of the week, my rogue, she reached, I think, 388-ish item level at the moment.
Ooh.
Which isn't half bad, and I think she'll be able to fare well in Mechagon, which is the sole reason I geared her, is so she can be in Mechagon and not die every other pull. So yeah, she got quite a few achievements. I took her into a couple of battlegrounds. That takes class is what she got. Get an honorable kill on one of each class.
Congrats.
100 honorable kills.
Nice.
Which is like the base, I think it's the base achievement. Damage control, do 300k damage or healing in a single battleground. And the damage or healing must be done to a player, so you can't like heal structures or vehicles or NPCs. Which wasn't half bad due to the fact that I got it in Wintergrass. And with the defense of Wintergrass, it was quite easy to just throw around my blades literally, and it was really cool to have the rogue there and be a little stabby. It was cool. 3 sheets to the wind, which is an achievement that requires you to get a list of coherent drinks, buy them, not drink them.
Yeah.
I finally got the Legends of the Tide Sages, which is discover each of the lore objects in Stormsong Valley that tell the legacy of the Tide Sages. It's like an 8-piece series, much like the scrolls in Pandaria were.
Yeah.
The only difference is obviously that you didn't get a story time at the end from Lore Walker Cho.
Right.
So yeah, which I really think we should get. We should still get a Lore Walker Cho story time thing again sometime soon. I really miss that. Frontline Warrior, complete all 6 Alliance assaults. That's like the incursion from 8.1. Then the long con complete. Rocco the Wandering Merchant's quest line in Tiragard Sound. Pushing the payload is one of.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I got that one too. Pushing the payload.
Yeah, it's one of the world quest related achievements where you have to kill 6 enemies while on the assault world quest stack on the tank.
Yeah.
it's really cool that they have these small achievements related to world quests. On the other hand, it's something that you have to have the world quest active to be able to do the achievement. So there's the give and take on that.
There's the rub.
Yeah. War is Hell. Complete the battle for Stromgarde, which I did on the Rogue as well. But I had to wait for the battle to come around for me to be able to queue. And before that, I couldn't because my item level wasn't high enough.
Right.
So, or the thing wasn't up yet. So there's that cycle of availability you need to take into account. And then I started leveling my Coltiran Druid yesterday. She is level 41 at the moment. And she's still, I'm still in Northern Spangethorn Vale, like I mentioned at the top of the show.
Have you already started earning some of the armor sets for the allied races?
I have one so far. I have the one, I unlocked the heritage armor for the Void Elves.
Wow.
So
you leveled the hard way both ways.
Yeah, you have to
all the way to 120.
No, 110. That was back in Legion. The Void Elves.
Okay.
The Void Elves is a Legion allied race, so you only need to get to 110.
Oh, okay.
To unlock that. The four initial ones are 110 requirements.
Okay.
And then the other four are 120.
Ah, I see how it is.
So, cool. Yeah, this is the second one I'm working on. I have a Nightborn at 70 something, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with that one.
It requires a certain level of investment, and once you've made that character, you don't just want to abandon it once you get to max level.
Right.
Yeah, right. So I'm not sure if I'm going to really pursue it. It was just more like a I don't know.
I was thinking of boosting my life force to 9, and I'm like, I kind of want the armor set at the end, you know.
Yeah, you need to level it the normal way.
Yeah.
You can't boost. You can use the RAF, which, by the way, I almost forgot. RAF is going away soon.
Oh.
You mean it's going to be folded into something else?
Nope, it's going away.
Oh.
It's going to retire. It didn't. Obviously, they don't tell us that it's not going to come back. It's just I read it on Wowhead not on Wowhead on MMO Champion. Let me just see if I can pull up the.
So there won't be the mounts anymore, so to speak.
There won't be anything because you can't. I would imagine that up until the date when it's going to go away, you can still start it, and then it'll last the time that it does. Here it is. Recruit a Friend is heading into the workshop.
Ooh.
The long-standing RAF program is going on hiatus while we construct something new that makes it even more rewarding to introduce your friends to World of Warcraft. As of June 11th, the current program will come to an end, and you'll no longer be able to send new RAF invitations. Don't worry, though, the program will be back in its new form before you know it. Yeah.
So they'll resurrect as something else.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it's not the first time they retire something.
Well, of course not. Of course not. I'm just saying
try different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's something that you want to keep in mind if you want to use the
Prefer a friend.
stuff for a bit, if you want to take advantage of it, if you want to get a certain mount because pets have been retired altogether already. The rewards, the RAF rewards don't include pets anymore.
When I did it, you still had a choice, but that was probably at the very tail end of it.
Yeah. What more did I want to mention? Let me just scroll through here. No, I think that's pretty much it. Let's see if there's anything else. No. I got a mount the other day that I never thought I would get. That's like the last thing. I got the Zulian tiger.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Or panther.
Wow.
No, sorry, panther, not tiger. The panther. Tiger is retired.
Yeah.
Another retirement. I got the Zulian panther. I thought to myself, I might as well like go and
Congrats, by the way.
thank you. I'll go into ZG and ZA and get some transmog stuff on the leather side. And after I then went down into the temple there, all of a sudden, as it is, it popped up, and I thought, oops, nice. It was, and it was another first. I got the invincible mount on my other, on my Druid.
Nice.
When she went into the ICC raid for the first time, and now I got the Swift Zulian Panther on the rogue when she went in there for the first time. So it's interesting how the last couple of mounts that I got of import have been all firsts. So
Nice.
yeah, and that's been my week.
Awesome. I just want to add a couple of things from my week before we move on. So, dual boxing, I'm having so much fun. And even though the XP isn't that great, it's actually seems to be better because it looks like I was getting 4 XP per kill. Although I'm getting all this mana and stuff. And then when I complete quests, I get more. But now it seems like I'm getting 10. I don't know if that's... And the other thing is that I am riding on the yak with April, and Aprillian can herb without dismounting. How is that possible? That's madness. Awesome. Yes, it's great, and I'm loving
it's easier to manage, isn't it? When you don't have to worry about the rider mounting or dismounting.
Right. Of course, she's using we're using the yak because we're also getting lots of trash, so we need to sell stuff, and I have to keep kicking out the
poor little Grummel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one that does all the
Lucky Doozaru.
Yeah, but it's such a great thing, and it just feels really good to be dual boxing in Suramar. And we're getting XP, so hey, it's a good thing. All right, let's get going on to emails.
I guess it's time for email now.
Email sex?
Email, email,
La data. You've got mail. Who's next? I'm addicted to you, baby.
Lovely little email. We have an email from Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. You are so faithful and awesome while you're shaping our future. He writes, "Hello, everyone. Nothing too exciting on my end this week. Just a little playing of this and that, trying to find which character will be the next shiny object to grab my attention. This week's Blast from the Past is from episode 370, titled Honor Points WTF. All right, well, let's listen to Kyle's Blast from the Past.
And my OCD has kicked in.
Now,
so I'm not
exactly
going to let
is
it
the
beat me.
quest? Just
Sorry?
to remind those of us that don't know.
So I've put the link in there, the Wowhead achievement link.
Okay.
So what it is obtaining all of the rare items from the Timeless Isle that's listed below. So all of these things. So that includes the mount from Hulon, all sorts of different bits and pieces. There's a trinket. There's a couple of trinkets which are epic quality, plus the mount. Heap of blue things, greens, and white things. So yeah. So I'm slightly crazy, I know. But look, I made up a little song. Okay.
Yay!
So I made up a little song. And it's in the spirit of Round and Round the Mulberry Bush. Do you guys know that one?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So it goes, round and round the Timeless Isle like an undead warlock. 1 rare dead, 2 rare dead, no drops to add to achievement.
Oh.
So that's my little song.
Oh, not as catchy as Dig, 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 but it's not.
It's
one of the top, one of your top 2. Rogue Slayer, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been busy. You know how recently, since I've been doing Battlegrounds and things like that, Lita's standard response is, "Who are you? What have you done with Rogue Slayer?" After this week, I'm not sure I know myself anymore. After going off the deep end.
Bring back the real Rogue Slayer.
Right.
Hence today's title of Honor Points. Honor Points, WTF. It's a whole new world for me. Oh my gosh. While I was doing this, I was, poking around in my various stats for my tunes. She had 4,000 honor points.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's all you can do with them. I mean, that's the most you can get. I'm capped out.
Capped, yeah.
Wow. So, okay, so what should I do? So it was a couple of days to the podcast, so I couldn't ask my, walking encyclopedias. So I went to Wowhead, which I'm on Wowhead half the time anyway. And I went out to see Loknar Bloodfist out on the Serpent's Spine. And I went perusing, and I'm sitting here in my house. It's just me and my cats. Julie's away. Oh my God! I exclaimed out loud when I started comparing this stuff to what I thought was awesome gear that I had gotten from Timeless Isle. It made it look like poopy crap.
Oh no.
Oh my God. It's like level 522. And it's just like stats, improved damage, 1,500. And, PvP resilience. There's special PvP. No wonder I'm getting my butt handed to me in these battlegrounds.
Right.
So now I have like this whole new thing. I'm trying to get honor points. I'm like looking up where I get. What's this conquest points thing? Hey, that stuff's even better. I want that stuff. Oh, look. Oh, I can get this gem. Oh, let me go look at gems. I never look at gems. I'll go to the auction house and I'll look at gems. I can add 400 PvP on this belt. Oh, I gotta get it. So I'm turning into this crazy PvP stats person. I don't know what to do with myself.
Will the real Rogue Slayers please stand up?
So then I started doing all these things that I can get honor points on, Yeah. And the Tolbarad battle, when you queue for it and you do it, you get 495 honor points. I mean, for like some of these things, you need for some things you need 1250 honor points. For some it's 1750. For some it's like 2250 for the good stuff. So man, I'm just doing this stuff and wow! And I went back into doing some more battlegrounds. So I got on Rogue Slayer. I got her I'm trying to get now I know people are talking about when they talk about tier sets. Because I just blocked all this stuff out before, but that wah wah wah. That's what I was hearing. Honor, but wah wah. Tier set, wah wah wah. Little Nell Cow, who last week people were saying, "Oh, are you new to 90?" She got mystically superior. Take that,
wow,
bam. Which is like epic in an epic of over a certain level.
Well, that just means she has a sugar mommy.
Yeah, but hey, I tell you, and I got that achievement, and like immediately somebody in that guild was like, "Oh, that's really awesome! You want to go do something?" I'm like, "Oh, don't let the gear fool you. I would bring you down, man."
Right. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. You just know what I mean. That's all.
Yeah.
I brought Everose out there. She did Tolbarad, Half-Elf Anglers, Honorable Kill, but her big thing is I had leveled her. I had used her for one of my profession levelings. So I was trying to get all the professions, and then I had dropped that. It's probably enchanting maybe, and picked up herbing, and then forgot about it. And I went out there, and her herbing was just crap. So I was in quest. I was out doing something I couldn't pick a flower. I'm like, what do you mean I can't pick a flower? And oh, your herbing is 109. No, you can't have that whip tail.
Yes. Oopsies.
So I did some herbing with her, but I just didn't have the patience. I wanted to get my honor points, so I got her at least 143. Then she went and did some more battles.
PvP addict.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I did a little bit of my
not one of us.
Yeah, really. But then my more exciting fun was that Julie played a little bit more this week. So Voltandra and Rocker Girl went out. That's her 90. She was back on her I want the weather beaten fishing hat. Like, well, oh, she also wanted the Azure Water Strider because I could use that in Tolbarad and she couldn't. So we had to just sort of I had to put on my rocket. We had to do the slow swim on the rocket, because she couldn't ride my Strider. It's like, well, how do I get one of those? Like, well, you have to go do the angler's quests and you have to do fishing. Like, okay, let's go do that. So we went and picked up the quest, and I said, now some of these quests don't involve actual fishing, but you get a fishing skill for it. Some of them are you have to go, throw spears and puffer fish, which we did that one. She liked that one. You just poo, poo, poo. But there was also both the fish up 5 wolf piranha and fish up 7 Jodani eels. And her fishing level was still pretty low. I mean, like 50. So I parked us on the river and we were fishing. I was like, now it'll be a little patience, but you're building up your skill. So the more skill you get, the higher your likelihood is of catching one of these things. So, and once you get one, it'll come faster. We never got her thing. She got like 4. before she'd had enough of that shit. Sorry. But while she was sitting there, I was trying my best to keep her entertained. So I was like showing off my different gear and my fishing hat. And, I'd run up to her camera so she could see me real close. Then I'd run back. And then I'd like, oh, you can also get this raft from the anglers. So I went out of her screen view. And I got on my raft and I was going jumping up and down so the raft would go really fast. And I kept swinging across her field of view, So she's fishing and Voltandra is just going back and forth in her raft. Like I'm running across a doorway. So that kept her entertained for a little while. And while we were sitting there, she's like, God, I wonder how long I've played on this. Oh, well, you can tell, type/played. And she looks like, oh my goodness, I've done this for, I don't know, it was like 10 hours or something. I said, oh, here, let me look at mine. It was Voltandra. And I said, oh, now Voltandra is one of my relatively new tunes, like a year ago or so. And I've played for 28 days, so many hours, like 10 hours and something. So, oh my God, you have to go to WoW rehab. You have to go to 28 days for 28 days. So I didn't point out to her that I could go through and tally up all my tunes and tell her how really desperate the situation is. I just thought I'd leave it at that.
Yeah.
Really busy week. It's from Big J. My God, the amount of stuff I did this week, it will blow your mind how much I did. In and out of game, you will be truly shocked at the things he wrote archived. I think perhaps I achieved this week, but maybe he archived some things because he did so much.
Yeah,
he had to
he
put it in deep
achieved.
storage.
I think that's what he meant. Yeah.
I think it works both ways.
Yeah.
So from Big G. So I assume
All right, let's
this is
listen
audio.
to Big G. Yeah.
Excellent.
Good morning, core crew. I lied. I've done nothing this week. C is for the Horde, for the Alliance, for the Sandgropers, and for actually achieving something other than basically passing out from exhaustion next week. C is.
All right. Well, a little Big G is better than no Big G.
That's right. It sounds like perhaps he spent longer making the audio than he did in game.
Right. I wonder if he's been playing Hearthstone or something.
No, he usually would tell us about that, I think.
Yeah. What? I mean, I told everyone what he did, and we helped him.
That's
in
right.
ICC.
Right.
You kept putting off your content because Big G was going to talk about it. Gee, man.
Wow.
Gee. Oh,
Well, does that mean that she made it up?
That's right. If there's no screenshot and Big G doesn't talk about it,
Right.
Although you have the screenshot, so I guess we're okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Just chalk it up to Big G. All right. Our next.
I told Julie to take a screenshot of something in real life this week.
I've done that. All right. High five. We should take a screenshot. I mean, a picture.
I didn't bother correcting myself.
Yeah. Rogue Slayer, can you read the next email?
Okay, I will read the next email. Be sure to check controlaltwow.blogspot.com for the lovely photo that accompanies it. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself in character for this one. Good day. Oh, this is from Galina. Let's see. Good day. Maybe you will not believe me, but this is my first time I have got acquainted with a man by internet. I have no words how I feel myself.
All right, I guess we'll
Thank
skip
you.
this one.
Thank you for stopping this.
This is spam. I just thought it was funny that she said she...
I'll paraphrase. She's 27. Her height is 176. So clearly she's not a New Englander.
Right.
Let's see. She trusts very few people. She teaches at junior high.
Yeah. And she thinks you are a very interesting man.
Yeah. Excuse me. And I guess that's what I think of Galina.
All right. Well, can you read the next one? I'll get rid of that.
Oh, there's more photos of Galena.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to get rid of it.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness. Honor points, watching. That's what's great about this game. And I'm saying this again, but you can get caught up in certain things, realize you've got 4,000 honor points to use, and then all of a sudden see what you can do with it. So that was nice. Yeah. And the spam was even funny. And shout out to Big G, wherever you are.
Who was in the chat room earlier today? So yeah.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we'll hear from him soon or one day. Yeah. All right. So now's the time I get to play this.
We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? Apocalypse. We've all been there. The same old boss. Why should we care? We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? There's nothing that we can't face. Except for bunnies.
What's going on, Constructs, with Clan of Darknesses and Ctrl Alt WoW on Nevercoof and Worm Rest Accord?
Well, it seems like we've had some hard levelers this week because we have people in Iron Man and Green, I would say Tin Man, who have gone a lot of leveling. And at level 30, we have Green Adelic and Green Yaga.
Oh, nice.
At level 40, we have Green Adelic. At level 70, on Winterhoof, we have Little Bit Verdi. And on Earthen Ring US, we have Ephedra at level 120. Congratulations. Ephedra has reached max level.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
Congrats. Yes, that is awesome.
And we need a song.
Funny how time flies when you're having fun. And who am I singing to?
We congratulate Green Adelic for reaching exalted status with Clans of Darkness. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, thanks, guys. It's been a great week. So glad you got your ticket, Grand Negus. Looking forward to hearing from you in BlizzCon. Do we think we're going to get an expansion?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Definitely an expansion. All right.
Yeah.
I know we're getting, what is it? The whatchamacallit? Vanilla servers before December.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they are coming out like I talked about this with a couple of people the other day, and yeah, I don't want to say too much, but I think that we are going to see them just shy of the end of the summer quarter.
That's awesome.
Because you need to take into account the fact that they don't want to release stuff on top of each other.
Right, right. That makes sense.
And they want to like stagger the release of stuff, and we are bound to have 8.2 come up within the next month, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So that makes it, we have the 13th of May today, so within the, I would say sometime mid to late June, which is the start of summer.
Summer cycle, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have, eventually we're going to have 8.2.5 come out. And then we have 8.3, And then we have BlizzCon. So the question is, are they going to talk about 8.3 at BlizzCon?
Right.
And release it in the gap between BlizzCon and the New Year, with the raid coming in early 2020, because that's what they did last time. But that again, that means that they have to get rid of all the releases before BlizzCon, way before BlizzCon, so they can ramp up the hype for it.
Right.
For sure, there would be like an adjustment period for bugs and whatnot. So like they have to, like, the alpha is so crucial. People who play in the alpha determine how well we're going to be able to adjust in the first 2 weeks of the patch.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see an alpha. I think we're going to see a beta.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's too close already.
Okay.
It's too close already. We're not going to see an alpha in normally it's between the beta is between 6 and 4 months out.
Right.
Which means that 8 to 6 month period is going to be the alpha.
Right.
And we're way past the 8 month and way past the 6 month area already too.
So you figure that the basic testing is already over.
Yeah, they launched the family and friends thing. What, a month ago, something like that. We had they had some indications and some server things announced or released or whatever a bit ago. So yeah, I'm not sure what it all means, but in my opinion, it should be sometime in September. They're not early September, early to mid-September.
Awesome.
Well, time will fly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, shout out to everybody for joining us in the chat room.
Thanks, chat room.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we're
chat room.
excited about everything coming up. Thanks, Kyle. Always there for us. We really appreciate it. That was an excellent flashback.
Yes.
I guess we want to say this is Aprillian for the Horde.
And this is Constructs for the Mountain Runs.
And this has been Grand Nagus, rule of acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, chat room.
Good to have you, Constructs. Welcome back.
Thank you.